Hey, folks, I'm Matt Major. Welcome to another edition of Good News York, joined as always by my Utica Devil fan here.
That's
That's
a Utica Devils shirt, a
Local
throwback to when I was growing up. We had the Utica Devils, which had Martin Brodeur, who ended up being a Hall of Fame goalie. But there's a reason I'm wearing a hockey shirt. See, there's always a method behind my madness, Matthew. And first of all,
It's good to know.
I do want to let you guys know we do not have sensory issues. We're wearing headphones because we have a guest.
We're on a podcast. You don't have to explain why we're wearing headphones.
Yeah,
bro.
but we never wear headphones.
I
is
mean,
what
I
I'm
guess
saying.
that's true.
But that is my segue into introducing a very special guest. It has to do with hockey. In fact, there's a movie that recently came out. Can you guess what movie I'm talking about? Not hockey, I'm sorry, golf.
Yeah.
Golf and hockey.
I don't know, but I'm pretty happy to
Oh, look what you did there.
happy to hear about this
He's getting
incredible guest.
this to the segue, which is we are welcoming a very special guest from the movie Happy Gilmore 2. It's not Adam Sandler, but goddamn does he look
real close.
Does he look like him? Max Kessler is live. I want to say via satellite. I've always wanted to say via satellite. What's up, buddy?
What's going on? You got the second best thing to Sandler on the line.
Oh my God, dude. So first of all, thank you for coming on the show. It is Good News York, sponsored by Ads on the Go. Get adsonthego.com. Max, there's so much we want to talk about, but the first thing was, we saw pictures and video of you, obviously, and I knew you kind of looked like Adam Sandler. But man, when you popped on the screen this morning, it really, I don't know what it is today. Maybe you really look like Adam Sandler.
So I'd love to jump right in, Max, and ask you about this, because you were like the perfect storm of just like made to fall into what you've got going on, right? Right down to your name.
It's unbelievable.
Would you mind just giving folks kind of that story of how you even interacted and where that all came from?
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you guys for having me on. So it's a wild story. So back in 2016, and I guess predating 2016, everybody has always said I look just like, the younger version of Adam. And in 2016, they came out with the Do-Over. And Adam's character's name in the movie, The Do-Over, was Max Kessler. So
That's incredible.
I remember watching that on my couch, and I'm like, this can't be real. Like, somebody had to have dubbed the trailer and trolled or whatever it was. Anyway, so, this predates Instagram, TikTok, and all that good stuff, at least like the influencer stuff. So I posted it to Reddit, and I was like, there's no way people are going to see this. But 10 million views later, Adam saw it, invited me to the premiere. And for the first time we met, it was on the red carpet at the Do-Over premiere.
That's incredible.
Oh, I saw that interview, actually.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that moment was the first time?
That moment was the first time. And I'm not going to lie, I was a little like, of course you're nervous, right? Like, you're nervous because you're on the red carpet in front of tons of cameras. But then on top of that, meeting, such a big time celebrity.
Yeah.
It was nerve-wracking for sure.
Dude, that is, that really is an incredible story.
That's incredible.
Now,
Incredible.
when you, I guess what I want to ask is, was acting ever on your radar? Had you wanted to be an actor or be in film? Because I know you did go to Syracuse University for, was it like finance?
Yeah, finance.
Finance, right? So, and not saying it can't happen, but usually that doesn't translate into film. Did this kind of, this whole thing with Adam Sandler, did it springboard your acting career, or was it something you were working towards anyway?
Yeah, it's funny. Like, I think that I always wanted to meet him more than actually acting per se, because like everybody had told me, like I said, from 8 years old on, that I looked just like him. So I think I was kind of like, all right, I look like him. Like, let me meet the guy.
Right.
So once I met him in 2016, that box was checked.
Sure.
And I was totally okay. And then when they were filming Happy Gilmore 2, and I'm in New York City, and they were filming it in New Jersey, about 100 people sent me a message, go audition, go be in the movie, go try out. And I said no, not to Happy Madison, but to all my friends. I was like, yeah, I'm okay. I'm busy, whatever. And then they had reached out, and I was like, all right, let's do
Yeah.
this.
What
Let's do this.
was your reaction? Did it feel like a prank call, or were you could you believe it was really Happy Madison Productions calling?
It's just like, this story is just so crazy because 2016 is now 9 years ago, which it doesn't feel like it, but
no.
it's so long ago. So it just wasn't really even on my radar. So when they had messaged, or someone from casting had messaged and said, we're interested in you playing this role, I think I was just more like, is this gonna come full circle? Like, is the story gonna end? So more that reaction.
That's awesome.
Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. I mean, look, being in a Sandler film alone, what it could do for somebody's career, but the way this came about is just so crazy.
It's the most incredible story.
I absolutely love it.
I think people don't, and when I post a story, whatever, I think people kind of like, oh, he looks like him, and now he's in the movie. I think people kind of miss like which I think is the coolest part. Don't get me wrong, filming for Happy Gilmore 2 was incredible, but the same name and that being able to like go viral and then get the invite and then go to a movie. I mean, there's layers to this thing.
Max, did you ever get any sort of backstory from the writers or whoever came up with that name in the film, where they picked it from?
I never asked. I never did.
That's incredible.
So we'll just assume it was.
You got to mix it in. Like, it was actually an old classmate who knew I looked like Adam, so he wrote the story with me in mind. You know that. But we can make that lore. You know.
So take us to the actual production. You show up. You're like, holy shit. Like, I looked like Adam Sandler. I got to meet him in 2016. Now I'm in a film with him. Had to feel surreal. Can you give us just a little taste of what it was like on set? Any great stories you got?
Yeah, for sure. No, I'm happy to.
Happy to.
Surreal is a happy to. You like
Look at that. Good marketing, buddy.
Everybody watch it. It was surreal is a good word. Nerve-wracking is a good word. Feeling out of place is a good word. I think like the first day I was on set, you don't realize, if you've never done this before, how many cameras and cast and extras there are at these productions, especially the ones that I was involved in, which were primarily golf scenes. And I was just blown away. So when they said action and they had me go out there and do the part, I think I was just, the first time out there, I was just freaking out. So I would say the best part about the first day was leaving, because I was like, damn, I actually think I may have pulled this off.
Good for you, man. You, for those of you that have not seen Happy Gilmore 2, which is on Netflix now, I watched it last night. I'm not just saying this. I text the guys. I was expecting, hey, you know what? It's going to hit a nostalgia nerve. It's probably not going to be as good. Dude, it was awesome. And I don't think I've ever seen as many guest appearances as I mean, at one point they pan through the crowd and fucking Becky Lynch from WWE is just an extra. Right? You know what I mean? Like, even the extras were celebrities. And the thing I loved about it most was all of these celebrity guest appearances. A lot of times when you try to squeeze that many in, it feels very forced, very wedged. It actually was perfect because in true Sandler style, he's the king of just giving celebrities cameos. It was awesome. Did you get to meet a ton of because there were a lot of celebrity guest appearances. Did you get to meet anybody cool?
I did. And you know what's funny? Like, when you're actually in there and you're acting, you're like, wow, I'm in the same room as these people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you kind of have that, revelation. But, of course, the Sandman and I were hand in hand. So he was super helpful and influential with like how I was able to execute what I did. So, kudos to him, and worked with him a lot. The second person that I worked with probably the most was Julie Bowen.
Oh, I love it.
I think that she, like, if I was nervous or if I just like needed kind of some assistance, she was there for me. She lightened the mood. She, told me I was doing a good job. Like, she was like my, number one fan. And I thought that was like really cool, watching her on Modern Family, and then,
she's awesome.
Of course, in the first movie, and she's done, countless things. But to work with someone like her was amazing. And I met some golfers too. Of course, there were a ton of pro golfers there. That was pretty awesome. So, ton of people. But I would say Adam and Julie were the two that I probably spent the most time with.
That's amazing.
Are you a golf guy, Max? Before the movie, I will say.
So, for audition purposes, I've been playing golf since I was 2 years old.
Fair.
For
yeah.
post audition purposes, I rarely picked up a golf club. So,
Fair enough.
yeah, but they, funny enough, they did have, they had golf coaches on set that were instrumental in me learning that Happy Gilmore swing, the iconic swing.
Wow.
And then they did have, golf coaches that weren't on set, but that were doing private lessons with me leading up to and during filming. So
that's a nice little bonus. You shave some strokes off your game.
Absolutely.
I said some of my friends would have loved it.
Yeah.
I'm not a big golf guy, but it was cool. Like learning the Happy Gilmore swing, it's just from the first time I did it to how I can do it now. I mean, it's night and day.
Dude,
That's awesome.
this is incredible all around. I wanted to ask, so you said that you went to school for finance and this kind of fell in your lap. Are you getting more acting work now, or do you plan on to keep pursuing acting, or is it kind of just a one-off for you?
Yeah, I mean, I think the phone line is never shut off, right? So I announced that I was in the movie last Wednesday, I think it was now. And if anybody's interested, like I'm open ears. I think it was a really cool experience. I think what makes this story so great though is that I'm just like a normal person who has a day job who happened to then go and be on a Hollywood set. And I think I love that about the story and I'd like to keep it. So I'm never going to say no to opportunities, but my day-to-day shouldn't change all too much.
What's that like, Max? So you go and you do this incredible thing and now the actual movie's out so everybody sees it. What's it like to go back to work the next day?
Great
It
question.
is the weirdest thing that I've ever experienced because you go on set, you're with, celebrities, but aside from that, like you are almost a celebrity in and of itself when you're on set. So people want pictures with you. They want, to follow them on social media. There's like this whole hype around Max Kessler on set. And then you go back to your normal life and normal job and friends, and they're just like, this guy's just like, she's just Max. Yeah.
Max, have you seen the first film? Was it on your radar? I mean, I'm sure you've heard of it, but were you a fan of the first movie, or was it something you went back and watched once you found out you were going to be a part of it?
Yeah, so I watched it. Growing up, everybody says I look like Adam, so I've seen a lot of his films. I would say that I've seen the first one more the last 6 months than I did the prior 32 years of my life. But growing up, I did watch his films. I think what's cool though too, I keep saying it was cool, but I think what's interesting is I'm almost like I was able to see Adam as just like a person because I'm not like a big movie buff and I'm not like a big, mega fan of famous movie people. So it actually helped in this type of role because when I showed up to set, I wasn't like, oh my God. Like I was more like, cool. Like I get to work with this really talented person, just like you would work other jobs.
Sure.
It just happens to be in film.
What a healthy mindset for you overall, saying, hey, I'll leave the door open, but I'd like to leave it as a cool experience. I think, you showing up on set with that mentality of like, hey, I'm just a dude and like, I'm not going to be starstruck. I bet you Adam loved that because I'm sure he deals with that kind of stuff all the time.
They did. And I think like one of the cool things, and I think I can share this because it's from my experience. So my favorite, I haven't even told this to many people. So my favorite moment on set was probably the last day. So it's called they wrap you. So like if you're one of the actors that's been to set a decent amount, like they'll wrap you after your last scene. And I finished the scene and everyone starts standing up and they're clapping. And I hear, and I'm like looking around, like, who are they clapping? Like what's going on? And I hear the director, one of the directors, there's a few, say that's a wrap on Max. And everyone was just going nuts and they were just saying how great I did and it was like, to be honest, like, sure, like it was cool to go film with Julie Bowen and cool to hang out with Sandler and it's cool to be on camera. But in that moment, I was like, I just did something that I never thought I could do. And the appreciation for that was through the roof. So speechless.
That's amazing. Again, those of you that have not seen Happy Gilmore 2, it does air on Netflix. It's airing on Netflix now. Yeah. I want to kind of touch the topic of the scene itself. Yeah. So you are, I know, I tried to, you were definitely in the beginning, the montage. Let's talk about the actual scene that you're in. And it's kind of a flashback of Happy Gilmore when he was younger, and you're the young Adam Sandler, which you did great. It seemed like it was very physical. But then I noticed there was also some scenes later on in the movie. So take me through the scene that you did, that montage, and then were there any other parts that you were in that I thought I caught?
Yeah, so the montage parts, you'll see that they use in the first, I think it's 3 minutes of the film. Yep. They use a few scenes from the first movie, which you could probably identify. And then they use the majority of that montage showing, the younger version is scenes that I filmed. So, you'll see the SNL skit. You'll see the Trojan commercial. You'll see the golf swing in the water, which, by the way, was the best day.
Of course.
I came home in pain, but it was so worth it. I mean, it was awesome. I'm not a stunt guy, but I was for that scene. And then you'll see, I think there's it opens with a celebration, he's throwing the golf club in the air, that's me. And then also a bird scene where, he's putting and the bird poops on the ball and it goes in and he celebrates and whatever. So those scenes were the ones that I was involved with. Which is really cool because when I saw the movie for the first time in the cast and crew screening, I hadn't seen it before, and they turn it on, and I'm like, wow, you're the first 3 minutes, you're opening up the movie, so it was super cool. To my knowledge, there was nothing after that montage that I filmed or that I was in. I did see if you see him teeing off on the tee box, there's a younger face in the background.
Yes.
Which I thought was interesting, and I don't know what that is. But I don't, I have no confirmation that it was made, but I did see that.
The swing you did and fell back into the pond, was that a one-take deal? You had to get it in one take, or did they have to wait till you dry off and you do it again?
Yeah, I wish I could tell you it was one take. It was probably about 8 takes, and they don't wait for you to dry off. So you do the take, and then you're out of the water, and your new costume, new makeup, new hair. They didn't really put makeup on me, but new. Let's for all intents and purposes, makeup, new hair, everything, and then you're back out there to do the take again. So it was falling back flopping 6 to 8 times. Doesn't feel so good at the end, but again, it was just the thrill of it was just.
Does it get easier or harder? Do you anticipate that impact more, or?
That's a really good question. The first time was definitely the toughest, just because you're can you? I didn't practice it.
Sure.
Can you actually, trust yourself? It's a trust fall, but there's no one behind you. So once I knew if I did that swing, I was going to be okay. It got easier. Got harder on the body, but easier on the mind.
So
fair.
When you're in a film, for those of you that don't know, you get things called sides if you have a speaking part, and what that is, it's basically your lines, and that's what you're going to learn for the film. Now, so you didn't have any lines. Did you just kind of show up blind, okay, I'm here, what am I doing, or did they kind of tell you ahead of time, hey, prepare for this? This is what you're going to be doing.
Yeah, so they gave me, they gave me the lines that I needed to memorize, and I needed to go.
Well, you did have lines. I'm sorry, I apologize.
No, it's okay, totally. So they gave me those lines, and then they gave me exactly kind of where I should go, how I should celebrate, what I should do things. I will say that was part of it. There was a lot of improv on Adam's part, which was great. He would, especially the first day, he did the scene first. And then I was able to kind of mimic his movements and do as close to what he did as I could. So I relied on the slides and the pre-work, but then a lot of in moment with both my acting coach and Adam to be able to execute.
Was there a lot of rehearsal, or was this kind of just throw you out there?
just, rehearsal with the acting coach one-on-one for sure. A lot of that. More like learning Adam's mannerisms,
Oh, wow.
and kind of learning, how you kind of can like put yourself into a scene and really live it. But for the most part, it was like once you're, show up and we're gonna rock.
So, Max, I'd love to just take a moment, if you could, because you're kind of an average guy, and I'd love to peel back the onion a little bit of how these things work, right? So, could you take us through, here you are, they call you to be in this Adam Sandler movie. Kind of what are the professional steps, right? Do you have to go out and get an agent and join the actors union and all these different things?
Yeah. So I didn't. I kind of just I got, like they said, you're in the movie. And again, when you're not an actor and this opportunity arises, you will do anything and everything to make sure that you get the role. Especially just because like it's a full circle moment. So they say I'm in the movie. They sent me like kind of like a baseline contract. I signed it. Lucky enough, because I have a normal job, I didn't necessarily want to join SAG because the benefits I already kind of have through my existing company. So I didn't have to join SAG. And I don't know what the rules are, like how many credits until you have to. Like I'm not privy to all that. But yeah, it was pretty standard. No agent, signed it on my own, said let's do it, and showed up to SAG.
And then, so as you go forward, I know we talked about a little bit. It sounds like you're not aggressively hunting down new roles all the time, but you're obviously open to it. Is that something where you think about hiring other folks or bringing on help to do that, or are you pretty comfortable with kind of the way this has gone, and if it happens that way, it does?
Yeah, I think a combination. I think like as of right now, the way I look at it is if somebody shoots me over an email or shoots me over a DM or whatever it is, I'm always willing to get on the phone and hear them out and see if it's something I'm interested in. I would say as far as like hiring an agent and doing all that, I haven't put much thought into it. I mean, just like to your point, just enjoy this experience, see where it goes. But don't want to get too carried away and too out there in terms of like, next steps.
And I got to think you got a little bit of an advantage because you have that training in the financial world, and I'm guessing you probably have some friends in the legal world, and a lot of these services some of these professionals might provide. Sounds like maybe you even have some of the background for anyway, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I think like, every opportunity is different. And right now there's nothing just staring me at the face. I mean, I know I just kind of just announced it, but see what happens and see where it goes. And if that need arises, then for sure. But right now, think we're okay. Solo dolo.
I don't know, man. I just get the feeling that this is, even especially at the way you approach it. I feel like you're one of these guys who's you're going to be kind of the John Daly of acting, where you're just casually here and instantly a superstar. Well, I don't know. I just kind of see your future in a lot more and films.
If you follow Adam Sandler, he's a very loyal guy, and he likes to employ the same people. Like you're in that crew technically now, so you might get a call for to do a bit part coming up in the next few years. Who knows? But I have one more a question for you. Have you been a part of all kind of when movies are released, there's a lot of hoopla, right? There's movie premieres and interviews and press. Have you been a part of any of that part of this whole process?
So it was interesting because this one had so many cameos and so such a big press angle really intended for a lot of these really super famous cameos. I was lucky enough to go to the cast and crew screening, which was really cool, to hang out with the cast and watch the movie for the first time. I've done some interviews like with you folks on my own. I haven't done anything through Netflix officially as far as like PR goes, but I have done some super cool interviews.
Good for
That's
you.
awesome.
You deserve it, man. You're such a great guy, and this couldn't have happened to a better guy. I got to ask one last thing. Do you have a Sandler impression? Do you have
everybody so it's funny, I was on a podcast earlier. I'm getting over a little cough, but I was on a podcast earlier and they asked me to do an impression, and I said I could do a couple, and they said, "Can you do the Chalamet one?" So I could try to do it again.
Let's do it.
I don't know how good it's gonna be. What you're gonna have to do is be very honest, and you're gonna have to give me a rating 1 through 10.
Oh, let's do this.
Perfect.
Hold on.
I do it.
Let me get my buzzer ready.
Honest.
Okay.
Honest feedback.
Honest feedback.
All
Here
right,
we go.
Ready? Charlotte.
Dude, 10. 10.
10.
10.
Boom. Honest feedback.
10.
All right, I'll take it.
That was fantastic.
That was so good.
Yeah.
That's all the acting coach, I guess.
That's great.
That's awesome.
And
That's an endorsement for them right there.
Yeah.
That's a commercial for that coach.
Exactly, it is.
I also love that like every Sandler impression usually consists of one word. Like you know, he's one of the only people where you can just say
You're right.
"Shalaberry," and it's a done
And
deal.
You know it.
Perfect.
You know it.
Oh,
Dude,
man.
Max,
But no,
yeah. I want to throw one thing at you. Being the 90s kids that we are,
Hell yeah.
growing up, Adam's original comedy albums were some of the all-time classics. We listened to them in high school. We recited obscene lyrics in the back of the classroom. I don't know how many times. Did you ever get into those?
He's young.
I know, and that's what I'm asking. I won't hold it against you if you haven't, but those go way back. Have you ever heard some of those?
Yeah, I mean, not as much as I probably should.
Fair enough.
The GOAT. Oh my God.
I'll have to go tune into them though.
Max,
Yeah, I was gonna say if you want some required reading out of all of that stuff, the GOAT,
dude,
is,
the GOAT. Those comedy albums changed my life, and I'm not even kidding you. They were that instrumental.
He used to be addicted to crack.
I did,
And then he heard the GOAT.
I heard the GOAT, and that was it. Fuck, fuck.
That's awesome.
You want to go to the Ragul Festival? No.
Tune in.
Well, listen, Max Kessler, actor, awesome guy, in Happy Gilmore 2, airing on Netflix. What have you got before we go? What do you come back to the Syracuse area often?
Listen, I am an avid Syracuse fan.
Yes.
I try to come back once a year. I am going to the Syracuse versus Tennessee game in Atlanta.
Oh, you're going to the home opener?
Yeah.
I'm going to the home opener. But I love to get back for basketball. If this basketball team can turn it around, someone needs to figure it out.
Were you at SU when Boeheim was still coaching?
Yeah, I was at SU. We were really good. I was there from 2010 to 2014.
Oh,
So
hell
I
yeah.
I saw Deion Waiters, Chris Joseph, Scoop Jardine.
Oh, dude.
I think we were number 1 in the country every year at one point. That was there.
That's
and then
incredible.
we just dropped
Man.
off. But
It's coming back.
next time I'm in the Syracuse area,
Maybe.
like let's actually I'll leave you on this. This is funny. So this is how you know I'm a huge Syracuse fan. My dog, who's now 2 years old, his name is Tully, named after Tully's.
No way, dude.
Oh yeah. Oh,
My
that's
son-
awesome.
I take my son to Tully's all the time.
The best.
It is the best.
chicken fingers.
Dude, listen, you're going to be surprised the more you come back because Micron's coming through. There's a lot of major changes going on for the city of Syracuse and surrounding areas. It's really exciting.
I love it.
And please come on the show if you come into town. Like,
Yeah,
just come hang out.
let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We would love that.
Max Kessler from Happy Gilmore 2.
Max,
SU
I don't know
alum.
if you've got any plugs or social media or
Yeah.
anything like that you care about, but if you do, we'd love
Yeah.
to share that.
I mean, I'm happy. Easy. It's the real Max Kessler on Instagram and TikTok. So
Nice.
go check it out.
Nice.
Dude, Max Kessler,
Awesome.
we
This has
love
been
you.
really awesome, man.
Yeah.
We really appreciate it.
Thank you for your time. Good luck with everything. You're such a great guy. I hope you do
Thank
get
you.
more acting work, dude.
I know, right?
I really do. You deserve it.
I'm
So-
telling you,
Fingers crossed.
this is the next superstar. We're
I-
gonna have,
Yeah,
we're gonna have one of the
amazing.
first interviews.
We're
gonna go-
launching his damn career right
you
from
guys
here.
You guys are launching it right
That's
now.
it.
at
Right now.
Syracuse.
Nah.
Amazing.
I love this guy. Max, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good luck with everything. Max Kessler, Happy Gilmore 2 here on Good News York, sponsored by Ads on the Go. Get adsonthego.com.
That's it. I think
Bye,
we're
guys.
good.
All right,
Thanks,
buddy.